Our longtime sponsor for obituaries is Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Been doing it for many, many years. And speaking of many years, they've been here since 1975. 256-245-4361 for pre-need to at-need funeral services, funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Two locations, Highway 21 in Sylacauga and Highway 280 in Childersburg. It is Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Frederick Riggins, age 63, died November the 8th. Funeral arrangement to be announced by Community Funeral Home. Mrs. Betty Joe Bullock, age 83, of Lincoln, died November the 16th after a long battle with Alzheimer's. And fond memories can be shared with the Bullock family at KilgoreFH.com. Kilgore Funeral Home in Pell City in charge of the arrangements. The funeral service will be held on Friday, graveside service at Blue Eye Cemetery in Lincoln, with Brother Jackie Bentley officiating. Kilgore Funeral Home in Pell City in charge of the arrangements. The family of Emma M. High, age 89, announced her passing. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary announcing the arrangements. Funeral service for Mr. Coley Whetstone Jr. of Goodwater. That service is scheduled for Friday at 1 o'clock from Armours Memorial Chapel in Alexander City, with burial in the adjoining cemetery. Visitation is today 4 until 7 at the funeral home, Armours Memorial Funeral Home, Alexander City directing. And funeral service for Ms. Betty Royal Brooks of Coosa County will be Saturday at 1 p.m. from Armours Memorial Chapel in Alexander City. Burial in the Peace and Goodwill Baptist Church Cemetery in Kelladon. Visitation Friday 4 to 7 at the funeral home, Armours Memorial Funeral Home, Alexander City directing. Memorial service for Joanne Thompson Duncan, age 69, is Saturday at Alpine Baptist Church in Alpine, with the Reverend Dylan Rigg officiating. Visitation with the family at the church at 11:30, with the service beginning at noon. Ms. Duncan died Saturday, November 13th. She was a member of the Alpine Baptist Church. And in lieu of flowers, a family request memorial donation be made either to the Parkinson Association of Alabama or the Alpine Baptist Church Cemetery Fund. Miller Funeral Home, Crematory, and a Cremation Center in Oxford directing. Funeral service for Jean Hewitt Lackey, age 97, is Friday at 11 a.m. from Munford Baptist Church. The graveside service and burial for the family at Pine Hill Memorial Park in Talladega. Brother John Harris officiating. Visitation is tonight, 6 until 8 at the funeral home, and 10 a.m. on Friday at the church. So we've got a visitation tonight at Ursery Funeral Home, and then tomorrow morning the body will lie in state at Munford Baptist Church beginning at 10 a.m. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. In lieu of flowers, contributions can be made to the Munford Baptist Church, P.O. Box 129, Munford, Alabama 36268. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. This obituary report this morning brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. For pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation since 1975, Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.